Well, Ante, back at Amy Park again, another 3-1 result against your side. Do you think your side played better or worse than they did against Melbourne Victory?
Look, I thought we played a little bit better than the other night, but it's been a difficult week for us, and in the end, we go home disappointed.
Going up in the 15th minute, why do you think your side wasn't able to shut the gate and City were able to come back and get back into it?
Yeah, there's probably a couple of reasons there, and it's disappointing, the first goal that we conceded from a deflection. We know obviously they've got a lot of attacking threats. I thought we're okay in patches, but in the end it's the same as on Friday night, even though we're poor on Friday. But to cop that second goal just before half time again shifts the momentum a little bit, and then in the second half, the early penalty again, we're giving away quite a few penalties in the last month or so. So against this kind of opponent away from home, when you're 3-1 chasing the game, and then in the back of your mind you know you've got another 2-day turnaround and a game on Saturday. It was just all too much for us tonight.
Why do you think there's been that run of penalties? Is it just the luck of the draw, or is there something deeper?
There are probably a few reasons. Some have been clumsy, some have been reactive, some have been poor refereeing decisions. But in the end, we've conceded way too many.
I mean, in terms of defence tonight, you had Tomislav and Moody back tonight. Did you feel a bit more structured defensively, I guess, at least in the first part of the game before the game really blew open?
Yeah, I thought we're okay. Again, you got to understand you're playing against a very good attacking side that has a lot of quality out wide. Has got Socceroo number 9, and they make great forward runs. They're 10. They're a very fit side. They're constantly shifting you and threatening in behind. So I thought we're okay, but we knew it was always going to be a difficult night for us, in saying they're just disappointed with the actual goals that we did concede, especially after going 1-0 up. And I also thought there was a few chances for us there to probably get a little bit, maybe not so much more from the game, but I thought we at least looked a little bit more dangerous going forward than what we did the other night.
You talk about the fitness of Melbourne City, and I remember when you were here last season against Melbourne City, and you said something very similar about how they were just too strong and too fast and too powerful.
Oh, look, my team was a lot different last year. My average age last year and the profile of the players that I had was a lot different. And we probably needed Melbourne City's game to go ahead on Sunday, in all honesty. I don't know how much that would have affected them, but in the end, you can see with their with the profile of players that they attract to the football club, and I'm sure that the resources that they have, that there's a lot of attention to details. It's probably been an area for us that's been difficult with, again, I keep referring to that long break that we did have, a lot longer than any other teams, and then with the injuries to key players and the sicknesses that we've had in the group. On top of that, it's been a poor week in Sydney weather-wise, and we need to train. I mean, we looked on Friday night against Victory like a team that hasn't trained. Tonight we got a couple of sessions in here in Melbourne, but it's still not the same. But in the end, you can tell that they have a lot of speed, a lot of endurance, a lot of repeat sprints, but also the subs that they bring on also have that profile. So obviously that's something that they've got at their football club. That's by design. And tonight with the week that we've had, it was always going to be a big ask for us.
I mean, Apostolos-Giano's now scored twice in 2 games now. Do you feel like he's starting to hit his straps again? I mean, he didn't play a lot of football prior to this, but now he's starting to put a lot of games together.
Well, he needed that because and that was part of the reason we brought him to the club. Obviously, with Tommy Juric's absence, we needed another striker. He was available. He has missed a lot of football in the last 18 months. I think already he's played more match minutes now with us, I think in 9 games, than he has in 18 months at Orphy. So that's what he needs, because at his age he still has, some strong ambitions moving forward. So I'm glad that he scored, and I think he had another half chance there later on. So he's getting used to his surroundings again and combining with the players around him. So I'm happy for him, because a big part of the reason for us bringing him to MacArthur was that to get the minutes, to get the goals, to get the confidence, to get the disappointment, to get the frustrations, but just to get that feeling of playing again. So that is a positive.
Ante, you spoke about how challenging, I guess, the last week in particular have been, but really since that extended break across January, your side's looked like almost a different team in the way that things have gone, and particularly the goals that have been conceded. Do you put that down to the loss of any rhythm or form that comes with that?
Yeah, well, I agree. So when we came back after our 36 days, you could see that we weren't that same team in terms of our momentum and confidence. There was a long absence there, but it was an absence of football. But again, going back to 90% of the squad had COVID. So then the knock-on effect from that was when we're playing games, the players aren't at the fitness levels that are required, and at the same time with that accumulation, we unfortunately lost too many key ones in terms of injuries also. So even tonight, you're 3-1, it's difficult, you're chasing the game, but you're again forced to take off players because you're playing a game on Saturday. So in normal circumstances, if we weren't playing again on Saturday, Apple stays on for 90. But now so we play Wednesday, we've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the 3rd time now already that we've got a 2-day break between a game. And history tells me that happened to us against Brisbane. We were well and truly second all night. We had a credible draw and effort against Newcastle away off a 2-day break, and now that's waiting for us this Saturday. So to find that fine line between keeping your team together, keeping them fit, keeping them available, getting confidence, getting results, momentum, there's a bit more to it.
Joe, we'll take one from you, one from Zach as well.
Cool. With that in mind, Ante, the fact that the schedule's not going to get any easier as the season goes on, do you think it's possible that you'll find that early season momentum again?
I'm hoping, but I have full confidence in our squad. I know that we're a good footballing team, and I know that this competition has shown time and time again that on any given day, you can really win a game of football, whether that's home and away. It's just that kind of season for everyone, and I think we're going through this difficult period at the moment, and I think other teams will have different similar scenarios. So we just got to really, again, it's for us, it's really important to have our squad healthy and our better players on the park for longer periods of time. So, we're looking forward to getting through this week, playing Wanderers at home, which is a big game for us. It's a derby, and then we have a bit of a break where we can. Well, I'm not sure about the weather in Sydney the following week, but we need to train before we play the Mariners, and with all things being equal, I'm confident that we can finish the season strongly.
You touched on the penalties earlier, just specifically tonight's penalty. What was your view on that? Looked like a tangle. Don't want you any lighter in the pocket tonight, but just...
I actually don't care about that. That's fine. But you know what? It ain't going to change. I don't expect any decisions to be any better or any worse. It can happen to both teams. And when it comes to those decisions, nothing surprises me. So, like I said, I don't expect something to get overturned for us or something to get given if it is or if it isn't. It's way out of my control, and I need to put my energies into other areas because in the end you get nowhere with those kind of things.
Are referees better off in that instance though not to blow? Would you rather see them not make a decision?
Can I be perfectly honest, Zappers?
I don't care what they do. Actually don't. I don't care what the ref does, the linesman does, the fourth official, the VAR, because I've seen it so many times. And not just for my team, Sometimes I'll watch a game, if we're playing that opponent, by the way, in the coming weeks, and I see decisions that, they can cost coaches jobs, Thankfully, I'm not afraid to lose my job. But some of them, and probably some other teams have been probably hit worse than us. It's not good, but it shouldn't surprise us.